Hi there, welcome to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra, and I'm so glad you could join me today. I took advantage of some free time this weekend, and I finally made over this hutch. This has been hanging around in my house for a really long time, and I just figured, you know what, it is time to do something different with this guy. When I first got this, the pine color was very much in style, so you can kind of tell how old it really is. It's still in fantastic shape. Doesn't have any dings in it, any marks on it. I've been taking really good care of it. It's been very durable and it served me well. But now I want a totally different new look for it. It's going to be down in my family room, which I'm making over in somewhat of a farmhouse coastal look. So it's going to get a really nice refresh. I'm also taking the doors off, and I will not be putting the doors back on because I want it to have an open hutch look so I can put my decor in there and change things up for the seasons. And I'm really excited to have an open hutch ready to be decorated. I'll be using Rust-Oleum chalk paint for this whole project, and I'm going to start off with Serenity Blue. I've seen some different hutches that have the back painted a different color, and I really thought that with the coastal look, this might look really pretty. I'm not being too careful around the edges because I'll be going over the rest of it with the white. So I'm just going to be really quick at painting this one coat and then moving on to the next step. The second color I'm going to use is, of course, my go-to linen white. I love this color. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm using a bigger chalk paint brush for the white because I've got a bigger surface, and you can see with the chalk paint and with the proper brush it goes on so smoothly, and it's really not a hard job at all to do the painting. It just takes some time because you've got to let it dry nicely in between, and this is a pretty big project, so it did take me the better part of, I would say, 4 to 5 hours to complete this project. You're probably noticing that the lighting is not the greatest here. I am doing this in my family room because this piece of furniture was a little too big to move up where there's some better light. So my apologies, but I think you can still get the idea of what I'm doing. The hutch came with 3 shelves. I'm going to be painting all of them with linen white, but at the end I ended up only using 2 of the shelves, but that's okay. This is a great piece of wood, and I'm sure I'm going to be able to find a project for it somewhere. Something I learned when painting furniture with chalk paint when you don't do any prep, which is not necessary for chalk paint, but you can do it if you want. When you're painting slick surfaces or things that are varithaned or whatever, but they're kind of like a shiny, smooth surface, you want to make sure that your chalk paint is 100% dry before you start moving on to a second coat. And the reason that is because if you're painting wet paint on wet paint, you're going to pull off the paint and it's going to just show what's underneath. And that happened a couple of times to me in the corners because I was impatient, and then I ended up just pulling off the paint and then just had to wait again for it to dry. Once I had both coats completed, I went ahead and got the hutch standing up. And I'm just going to take some sandpaper, just a fine grit, and run it across some of the edges just to give it a bit of a distressed look. I don't want too much of that brown color showing through, but I just want it kind of peeking through in a few spots. On the sides, you can see all of the holes where the shelf supports would go in. This guy gives you a gazillion different options of shelving, so it's really cool, but I don't think I like having those holes showing. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be setting the shelves, so I'm going to leave these holes all open for now until I decide what to do with my shelving. And once I have a look that I know I'm going to stick with forever, then I'll go ahead and fill in those holes and then just repaint. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a like, comment, and share. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell to get notified when I upload new content. See you in the next one.